Isn't the weather nice lately? By the way, for those of you complaining, it's because your genes suck. So I thought we'd have a look at an amusing white pill for once. So I'm sure many of you are aware, if you've watched any of my previous videos, of my, let's say, criticism of the Rainbow Brigade and their shenanigans. And a friend of mine pointed out before that the parades are just a peacocking festival. It is to flex off who is the gayest gay. Now, the left overall also have their own version of this. It's called virtue signaling. Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the wokest of them all? Don't know, but if we ever found out, they'd probably be in prison. So I've noticed something about the left, and I'm sure many others have as well, is that the left has this brilliant tendency of lighting dynamite and blowing up their own faces with it. What they will do, right, is they want to do some crazy shit. So they identify a problem that isn't really a problem, and then come up with a solution for said problem that doesn't exist. And because it isn't real, the solution has nothing to do with the imaginary issue. It just causes untold amount of damage to everything else around it that results in an actual issue. And oftentimes they have no idea what the hell caused this to begin with, and then they want to exacerbate it even further with even more intervention. Oh my god, I just realized I described government. Case in point, race relations. White people have all the power, not enough people of color in certain positions. Not a problem, but the solution is, let's push people of color into positions of authority they are in no way competent enough to be in. As a result, white people look like the dog's bollocks because, unlike people of color, white people get elevated on merit in spite of skin color, not because of it. The bar for competence gets dropped so low, which knocks people of color on the head because they can't clear it, and many more white people look even more skilled and competent. Genius! Doesn't take a world's brightest mind to recognize that, but it does take a village fucking idiot to keep it going. Wait, what am I doing? Sorry. I'm using rationality and logic on creatures I don't have any. I can't help it. I'm of the XY configuration. It just comes naturally. My apologies. But anyway, we must observe the purity spiral and marvel at its glorious stupidity. So we're going to look at this article from Lips of TikTok, actually. I didn't know she had a Substack, so woo, fun times. I will be sure to subscribe and check in from time to time. It's much like a Twitter. You don't even need any commentary. You can just watch it and go, oh, so this is what these people are up to. Like, wow, it's fucking crazy, wild. Lesbian bar shuts down 1 week after opening because they weren't woke enough. I mean, I don't even need to say anything, do I? Not exactly shocked at this point. Doc Marie's is a lesbian bar, or rather was, that opened on July the 1st of this year with the hope of bringing more inclusivity to the city of Poland. It's not very often the first sentence is enough to show the hypocrisy, but there it is. First off, really Poland. After all the BS your city has been through, like the past 4.5 years, more inclusivity is what you need, really. Yeah, yes, I realize it's a buzzword at this point, hollowed out like every leftist noggin, but dictionary definition is that much funnier. So let me get this straight. In order to jack up the inclusivity, you set out to create an establishment to cater to those with an exclusive proclivity towards their sexual flavor. In this case, carpet munching. Moving on. But just 1 week after their grand opening, they were forced to shut down because of complaints that the bar was not a safe space, similar to the story I wrote a few weeks ago about the queer-owned cafe in Philadelphia that was shut down by employees for not being woke enough. Doc Marie's was cannibalized by the woke mob. Stop. I must be professional and get through this with a straight face. The crowd was on opening day huge. One woman said that the line for entry on opening night was wrapped around the block with literally 200 lesbians waiting to get in. How do you know they were all lesbians? Maybe they were bi. Well, they have a calling card or something, did they? Anyway, but the excitement about a new progressive hangout dissipated quickly. Within days, Doc Marie's found itself on the receiving end of accusations of not being inclusive enough for trans people and people of color. Okay, I need to know. What the fuck does any of that even mean? Not inclusive enough. Inclusive to do what exactly? Oh, there's not enough non-whites in head cases in here. What the fuck you want then? Like to bust them in from a university or something? You do realize if you see the demographic inside a business, that is not necessarily indicative of anything about the business as much as it is who is in the area at any given moment. But anyway, despite mask mandates being lifted in Poland, patrons accuse the bar of not implementing enough COVID safety measures. Who cares? You could shut the fuck up and go elsewhere. Well, you can't now because you fucking shut down the bar. Patrons also claim that Doc Marie's had culturally appropriated art on the walls. Okay, that last part. How does that work, America? Seriously, you want people to come across your borders like a horde of third world escapees, presumably to get something from your country that the places they're fleeing from don't have. So, if you participate or engage in their culture, you're the offender of cultural appropriation, whatever the fuck that means. But if they participate with anything distinctly American, then they're aiding white supremacy. What do you want them to do in your country then exactly? Lefties, how does your brains just not combust? How do you walk around and not see the endless contradiction in your horrid ideology? But you do realize it has a track record of nothing but failure, especially in the last, say, 60 years or so. Everything you've touched has brought nothing but ruin. It's the kiss of death. One TikToker who said she attended the grand opening breaks down the accusations against the bar. The video does not exist, thank God. Employees of Doc Mary's created an Instagram page to echo these concerns. They claim that the owners weren't proactive enough in creating a safe space and accused the owners of racism, because of course they fucking did. The employees also demanded the bar host free opportunities for education for the community. It's a fucking bar, not an educational facility, you thick womp. Eventually, the employees demanded the owners relinquish ownership of the bar and hand the business to them. The owners were given a 24-hour deadline to adhere to the ludicrous demands. Talk about a hostile takeover. Just 5 days after the opening, the bar announced on July the 6th that they had to close temporarily in order to address the cries from the woke mob for a safe and inclusive space. Surrendering to the woke mob doesn't appear to be working out in Doc Murray's favor, as the bar remains closed with no public plan to reopen. Remember how I said you should wall off California and just watch it descend into a dystopian nightmare? Here's a sample of it. This is the kind of crap that would happen if these people went to a bar made specifically for them, and then they still fucking complained about it to the point where it shut down. By the way, I have to ask, how did these people have any friends? Like, all that these people do is bitch and whine and make everything, including themselves, more fucking miserable. No fucking one of these people are all dope to the gills 24/7. I would be too if I was such a miserable git. Anyway, that is all for today. I will see you all next time.